Yo, what's going on, Team Tweedie? I hope you're all super well. We've got another episode of #AskTweedie today. You guys seem to be really liking these episodes. I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. I get a ton of messages every single day from you guys saying, are you going to answer my question today? And look, I get so many from you guys, it's crazy. So this is why I'm adding another episode in on a Thursday. So it's now going to be #AskTweedie Tuesday and Thursday. So make sure you get sending your questions in. You can either send them to my Instagram, which is up there. Actually, no, it's not going to be because this is completely unedited. My Instagram is Sheldon Tweedie, or my Snapchat. Pick one of those, send me a message. It can be anything related to a struggle that you might have. It could be what type of boots you suggest, something that I can expand on a little bit, go in depth, and give you as much value as possible. So today I've got 3 questions lined up. I think they're pretty good. We haven't got Alon with us. I think he's in his room studying or something or other. Or actually, I think he's sleeping. Maybe I need to be a bit more quiet, but whatever. So let's start off with the first question. Where should we start? Okay, we'll start with the whole thing. Hey Sheldon, great work on the journey so far. Best of luck in Barcelona. Keep pumping out those videos. Great to see someone's daily life grind to chasing a contract. I was wondering if you had any experience with the professional teams in Australia and how the level is over there. So the reason I picked this question is because I do indeed have experience with the professional teams. I was with 2 all up, and I've trialed for 4 professional teams. So the teams that I trialed for, they were all youth league. So in Australia, you have the A League, and then below that is the youth league, which is under 21s. Now, I trialed for 4 of those under 21s teams over the space of 2 years. 1 year I trialed for 3. Actually, no, 1 year I trialed for all 4 and made it into one of them as a reserve player. But the 4 teams I trialed for, one was Sydney FC, one was Western Sydney Wanderers, one was Central Coast Mariners, and the other was Newcastle Jets. The first year that I actually got introduced to the system, I was trialling with Sydney FC. That was the only team I trialed with that year, and then I managed to make it into their squad as a reserve player. Now, in that team, we had players like Charles Lokalingoi, who's now with the first team, Max Burgess, who's over in Portugal, I think, Sam McElhatton, who's played against Liverpool, John Idale, he wasn't there, but we had a lot of good players. We had players who have, Aaron Calver, I trained with Ryan Grant, who's a Socceroo now. Just an amazing experience. So that was with Sydney FC, and then I got dropped the next year because I was too small, and we'll get into that another day. But then the next year I trialled for those 4 teams, and I managed to make it into the Western Sydney Wanderers as another reserve player. So the difference between a youth league player and a reserve team player is the youth league team has about 16 players, I think it is, and then you can have a reserve team of 5, 1, up to like 16. So in Sydney FC, I think there are about 15 or so, and then in Western Sydney Wanderers, we have maybe 8 or 9 or 10, so a bit smaller. In that Western Sydney Wanderers squad, I trained with players like Liam Yuley, who was playing in the A-League. I think he's over in South Africa now. Who else do we have? What's his name? No, not Jonathan Ashbro. Oh, I can't remember his name. No, I can't remember. We had Lachlan Scott, who's a young Socceroo. He's playing with the first team of Western Sydney Wanderers. Daniel Lessie, who's with the first team of Newcastle Jets now. So, we had Cameron Devlin. I think he's at Sydney FC now, but he's in the young Socceroos. I think that Western Sydney Wanderers Youth League squad had about 8 or 9 young Socceroos players. Now, let's go back to the question that this guy sent in. How was the level over there? So, if you look at that and the Youth League and 8 to 9 young Socceroos in one squad, the level was amazing. Like, these players really knew how to play. Everything was so quick. Our coach was amazing. We had Trevor Morgan at Western Sydney Wanderers. He was great. At Sydney FC, we had Steve Corica, who had won the A-League. The coaching staff were amazing, and it was just such a good experience. I won't speak down of it. We trained every morning, so the training sessions were in the morning from I would have to wake up at 5 a.m. to go there, especially with Wanderers. I had about an hour and a half hour drive to get there. But the level, it was something completely different to what I'm used to, because in Australia, like I said, you have the A-League, the Youth League, and then below that is the NPL, so the New South Wales Premier League, and you have a Premier League in each state of Australia. I think there's like 7 or something. And New South Wales is the highest, and the jump between the New South Wales Premier League and the Youth League is like this, and then the A-League is even more. So there's a big jump there. Compared to where I am now, so Spain and where I've been with Crawley Town, it's difficult to say. I think Spain is very similar to Australia. I think they're a bit more developed in their game, so they're more used to playing that style of play, whereas Australia is trying to implement it a bit more. But I think it's getting there, and like I'd say if you're overseas somewhere, it's definitely going to be a challenge. Oh, Alon, how you going?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Do you want to join us in an episode?
Another episode?
We're doing hashtag Ask Tweedie.
Oh.
Do you want to join?
Interesting.
When you've had your food or whatever, if you want. I've just finished off this question. So, yeah, like I said, the level is amazing. Like, some of those players are great, and some of them you kind of... It's not really like you see some who are like, oh, why is he here? It's an amazing environment to be in. You see the first team often. Like, I remember when I was with Western Sydney Wanderers, I was training with the youth league team, and then you'd see 5 first team players walk in and you'd shake their hand, and like, oh, it's just an amazing experience. I'm telling these guys about my experience with the professional sides in Australia, because I was with...
Difference, you know?
Yeah, it's just a great... In one team that I was in, we had, I think it was 8 or 9 young Socceroos.
Oh, really?
8 or 9 in one squad.
That's crazy.
Like, it was just so good to be in that environment where these players, they really know how to play. And, you know, you have young Socceroos. How many are in that squad? Like 16 or 18, 20. And to have like 8 in one squad, that's something else.
That's something else, that's true.
So, okay, next question. I'll let you answer this one. Straight off the bat, you don't even know the questions. What do you think is better, training every day or training every 2 days, and why?
Oh, damn. That's a good one.
It's good, isn't it? Do you want me to hit it off?
Yeah, start you.
Okay.
Let me think.
I think it's about finding a balance and really listening to your body, because if you're training every day but you're pushing yourself past the limit that you can go, then it's not really good for you. And if you're training every second day but you can push yourself that bit more, then you're not really getting the most out of your days and the most out of your week. So I would say find a balance in what works for you. For me, I'm training Monday, Tuesday, actually let's start from the beginning. So Monday 1 session, Tuesday double session, Thursday double session, Friday 1 session, and then Saturday game. And then amongst all that, I have my gym stuff. So like I said, it goes doubles, like, it goes session, and then break, then session, game, break. So I'm really finding that balance and making sure that my body has time to recover. And I'm not also going, okay, I'm just going to have a break day today. It's really about finding and organizing your time so that you're having those break days, but you're still training and pushing yourself to the limit. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the same. Like, you need to know the limit with your body. Like, each one is different. You have guys that it's better for them train each day or twice a day, and then do break after 3 days of training, like you example, or do session each 2 days. It depends each one, but the limit is important. Don't like do too much, and then your body will be tired. You break, like do damage to your body. If you don't eat good and you do too much trainings and all this stuff, you're too tired. I think it's good. The limit is important.
And when I was over in England, I spoke with a Plymouth Argyle first team player. So that's League, what are they? League 1, so the 3rd division of England. Yeah. And I just happened to see this guy in the gym, right? And he was coming back from an injury, and I was trying to actually get him in a video. Like, I wanted to like have an individual training session with him. And so I said to him, I said, do you get much time to go and do an individual training session, or like how does your week work? And he said, man, like we get 2 days off a week, and in those days off we just rest.
Rest. Yeah, that's
And
important. That's important.
Like that's the sort of schedule I'm on now, training 4 times a week, and same for you, training 4 times a week, but you don't play a game. If you were to play a game, it's 4 times a week and then a game. And once you get higher up, obviously they start allocating your gym work, and you know you can stay back after training, and I'm sure at those higher levels they organise your session. Exactly. So you have to go to the coach and say, look, I want to do a shooting session, and then the coach will say, okay, you're only allowed to do 15 minutes, this is the drill you're doing.
If you're like a professional team, they'll do it for you, like it's been more easy. But if you're like little, like not professional, or you're alone, it's more difficult to do like your own stuff. But that's true, if you go in a professional team, they'll do it for you. And
the most important thing is you don't want to get injured, because time is valuable. It's about being patient in the process, but time is valuable.
That's true.
If you get injured for a year like I was, you get set back a lot. So if I wasn't injured for that year, I probably would have come over to England a year earlier. Things worked out great, and I am where I am now. Who knows what would have happened if I came over a year earlier. But that's the most important thing. You don't want to push yourself to an injury. If you're out for 6 weeks, that could mean losing your starting position. That could mean, who knows, being kicked out of the team. Like if you're a professional, it could mean losing your job. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration.
I didn't know that you were injured.
Really? I was injured for, I think it was 7 months. I'll go into it another day, but basically I got stepped on, like stuttered, and I had to get a screw put in, and I had a screw in for 6 months. And
what a bad luck.
Yeah, it was pretty bad luck. I'm going to do a video on it another day, but yeah, it's a long story. Okay, next question. Well, I really like this one. I've done a video on this ages ago, but I think it's time we revisit it. Hey, my question is talent a real thing? Like, is talent even real? And if not, can success in football be achieved solely off hard work? Thanks, by the way, I enjoy your content a lot. Thank you very much. What do you think? You have to kick this one off.
Such a good
How
question.
good is that? I like it.
That's such a good question. I like it very much.
What do you think?
So, if what?
Is talent? Yep. Is talent a real thing? Like, is it real, and can success be achieved solely off hard work?
So let me start. Talent exists. Like, I think that talent exists. Example I give you: Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. Messi you have more talent.
Move over a little bit.
You have such big talent, like more than Cristiano. They both work very hard, but Cristiano is more the work hard. He achieve all this stuff from work hard. So what I want to say is, talent exists. But what's more important? Hard work. If you have only talent and you don't hard work and don't do the stuff good and all day like you with football and do this level, another level, and not going out, do bad stuff like drinking and like stuff like that, talent will not help you.
Okay, I have a question though. What if you're a player that, let's say, doesn't have that much talent? You kind of just enjoy football for football. You don't have that much talent. Can hard work get you to that professional level?
Of course. I have example from a country, someone that is from Israel, Almog Cohen, his name, and now he's in Germany, he's in the first division.
Wow.
He's the guy that hardcore like crazy in trainings. He's amazing. He doesn't have talent.
Yeah.
You have so many players in the world that don't have talent, and the history too. Hard work win everything. It's 90% hard work. If you hard work, you win. If you want, you win. Because talent is not all about the
football. See, I agree with that. I think talent is real to an extent.
Yeah.
So, like, it's so hard to really understand the concept, because for me as a player when I was younger, I was scoring goals every game, scoring 10 goals in games, and
but that's different.
But is that talent, or is that because I worked a bit harder than everybody else by going to the park every single day with my dad at 5 years old?
No, but talent is example. If you like do stuff that nobody do without work about this stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you see him, you know that you have talent. You have guys that have skills like Neymar without nothing, without training, without nothing. That's talent. They have it. But the work about it, of course, they work more to improve more. But the talent was there.
I think what's really interesting about this whole concept is, like you say about Ronaldo. Ronaldo, you think your perception of Ronaldo is that he works really hard.
You have talent, but not like Messi.
Yeah. So you think that Ronaldo works really hard, and you don't think Messi doesn't work as hard, but
He's
Ronaldo.
hard, but not the same.
Yeah. Okay. But the interesting thing is, we don't know, and especially from a young age, let's say 5 years old. Well, we just ran out of memory on that, but let's continue. So what I was saying is, we never really saw Ronaldo, or we never saw Messi from the age of 5 to 16. We never really did. How hard did Ronaldo work? And that's something that we'll never really know.
Like, it's true. When I was young, they both have talent. But, example, in the movie of Messi, you see all these coaches in the past. Yeah, you see video when he was young. They say he was in the bench, and his grandmother of Messi say to the coach, "Let him play." The coach say, "I don't want. He's so small, and the guy's like older than him and they're better than him." And then one guy was injured in the team, and he go out, and Messi was the only one that can go inside. He put Messi. What Messi did? Score like 5 against people that, I don't know, others for him. That's talent. Like you see these things. Like if you're professional, you see this thing.
Yeah.
But we can we can't know like you say 100%. That's true.
I think it would be amazing to see Ronaldo from the age of 5 to 16 and really get an idea of how hard he worked, because
I'm sure.
Did he work 6 hours a day, or did he work 2 hours a day? It's just,
I think it's it's like came with your age. Like when you're younger, you work hard, but you don't have such a possibility like in a big professional team,
Yeah.
So when you have this opportunity, you work harder. This is personality of Cristiano. He's a winner. You have stuff, you will do it. You work hard. You have gym, you go to do work out more.
Yeah.
And this age, I don't know how much you have these things, but I'm sure that you work hard.
Yeah, and I think the other thing as well, which I always think about, is obviously we don't know Ronaldo and Messi's background. Oh, we might know a little bit, but these guys come from Portugal, Argentina. They might have come from families that were pretty tough. I take Tevez as a really good example. My mentor talks about Tevez and how he would have to go to training and walk back over dead bodies, and there were gunshots around because it was like a civil war or something.
Dang.
And the difference between Tevez then and us is that if we don't make it as a professional, it's not the end of the world. We're not going to die. Yeah, but for Tevez, if he doesn't make it as a professional, he's got to live through that. But if he does, then he's going to live like a king. He can save his family. He can help save his community. Whereas for us, we kind of, and you guys as well, possibly, who are well off, it's like, if we don't make it as a professional,
I go to
it's
study.
not the end. Yeah, I go to study.
I go with my father. I go there.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's really a different point, and you see a lot of Brazilians who are very good, and it's because they have to make it.
That's a good point. If you think like that, if you think like that, it's to give you more push to professional life in everything. I don't say in football. If you want to success in this, you say I must do it, because if not, it will be worse.
But it's tough, because for me, I'm from Australia. I can go back and live on the beach and have a nice life, and that's something that you can't just move away from and be like, I gotta make it. So I think that's another tough thing, where that hard work, so talent for someone that lives in Brazil, where it's really tough, if they don't have much talent, they have the hard work because they got to make it. But for example, someone in Australia doesn't have much talent, but they really want to make it, they're not going to push themselves that bit extra. They're not going to do every single thing they can, because they can go home, have a really nice dinner, whereas Tevez would go home and maybe have some rice for dinner.
In football, I think, it's 80% hard work, 10% talent. Talent and this stuff, and 10% luck. You need luck in football. Yeah. Injuries, all this stuff. So, but the 80% it's hard work.
Yeah.
And all this mentality and this stuff.
I agree, because like you said, that 10% luck, you need to be, if a scout's watching, you need to be at that place, in that team, playing the position that that scout is looking for. On that day, you also need to have a very good game.
For example, injuries, you won't need luck with that.
So, that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. You liked it, didn't you? Those are tough questions.
The last one, oh my god, that was a good one.
We got a lot here. You just happened to come out. What were you doing?
I did homework.
Oh, what were you doing out there?
I want to take something snack or something to eat.
Well, we managed to get him on an episode, so I think you brought some value to today's one. So
thank you.
Thank you for that. We'll catch you in the next episode, which will be on Tuesday. But there's also going to be another episode or series called, what is it? Oh, Storytime Saturday, where I take you guys through my experience with something. It could be my injury, like we spoke about earlier.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm going to go in depth from it. I'm going to tell you what I learned about it, why it was a benefit to me, and all these different things. So Storytime Saturday is happening this coming Saturday. If you watched until now, make sure you send me an Instagram message saying hashtag, oh, wow, I can't talk today. Hashtag Storytime Saturday. Send it to my Instagram so I know that you guys are going to watch it, and I know that you've watched till the end of this video. Alon, you're going to send me a message, aren't you?
Of course.
Hey, yes. Alright, well, I'll see you guys on Saturday, and we'll probably see you in tomorrow's video. So enjoy it. We'll catch you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe. If you're new around here, leave a like on this video, and we'll see you tomorrow.